today's class, we will see about some of the investigations which is commonly done in gynecological nursing. A complete gynecological examination includes inspection of the vagina with the aid of speculum and, if indeed, colposcopy and bimanual palpation. The speculum examination is also used to facilitate obtaining smears for cytological and microbiological studies. Depending on the clinical presentation, other laboratory diagnostic and imaging procedures may be indicated. MRI scan or ultrasounds of the breast, for example, may supplement the standard screening test such as mammography. Unexplained pelvic symptoms may require transvaginal ultrasonography or more invasive diagnostic procedure such as endometrial sampling by hysteroscopic or laparoscopic examination. Common investigations in gynecology include the blood values, urine examination, urethral and vaginal cervical discharge, exfoliate cytology, colposcopy, imaging techniques, endometrial sampling, biopsy, culture synthesis, endoscopy, and hormonal assays. Blood routine, hemoglobin estimation in case of excessive bleeding, total and differential count and ESR in case of pelvic inflammatory diseases, platelet count, blood count, clotting time in case of pubertal menorrhagia, serology for VDRL, Australia indigen and HIV infections. Urine analysis, urine routine and microscopy, the physical examination, chemical estimation of protein and sugar, pus cells cast, culture and drug sensitivity indication if pus cells more than 5, UTI, cystocele, urinary complaints, fistula, and urine pregnancy test for diagnosis of pregnancy. Methods of urine collections are commonly three types: midstream, catheter collection, and suprapubic bladder puncture. Speculum examination. Insertion of a speculum device facilitates the inspection of vaginal wall and ectocervix. Evaluate the quality of vaginal discharge to determine whether the smear should be acquired. The amount of vaginal discharge varies by individual and the stage of menstrual cycle. Signs that vaginal discharge may pathologic are malodorous, that means abdominal consistency, bloody, brown, yellow, green, or gray color. Symptoms indicating pathological discharge include pleuritic or erythematous vagina, cervical tenderness, physiological leukorrhea, that means profuse white or yellow, non-malodorous vaginal discharge can be physiological if none of the features mentioned above are present. In newborns, vaginal discharge may occur due to in utero exposure to the maternal estrogen. Speculum examination is virtually never indicated in pre-adolescent patients. If absolutely necessary, it is usually performed under general anesthesia. Colposcopy. A colposcope is a type of microscope used to acquire magnified view of endocervix or vaginal wall. Allows for assessment of ectocervix under magnification of 6 to 40x. Application of acetic acid or iodine facilitates colposcopic detection of precancerous and cancerous lesions. Colposcopy directed cervical smears and biopsies. Surgical procedures under colposcopy guidance are surgical ectopy, a state in which squamous cell epithelium of the ectocervix replaced by columnar cell epithelium of endocervix under the physiological influence of estrogen. Cervical ectopy seen in colposcopy, a demaciated bright red area with papillary structure. Clinical features mostly asymptomatic, occasional postcoital bleeding and vaginal discharge. Predisposition to chlamydial infections. Malignant transformation may occur in case of HPV-16 and HPV-18 infections. Transformation zones are area between non-keratinized squamous epithelium of ectocervix and columnar epithelium of endocervix. Malignant degeneration is rare. Treatment is surgical resection of polyp and cauterization of polyp pedicle to prevent recurrence. Vaginal discharge. Method of collection is patient not to have vaginal discharge for 24 hours. Cuscus bivalve speculum introduced. Discharge from the posterior fornix on the blade of the speculum or cervical canal is taken with a swab. Microscopy examination of the discharge with normal saline and culture. This is the vaginal examination's normal findings and pathological findings. Exfoliative cytology or PAP test. PAP test or screening test for cervical cancer. First displayed by Papillon and Todd in 1943. Routine gynecological examination in female, especially above 35 years. Yearly screening for 3 years followed by 5 years test. Uses screening to cervical cancer, identification of local viral infections like herpes and chlamydia acute and cytohormonal studies. The method of taking the pap smear. Reporting system, it is normal or abnormal. Abnormalities means carcinoma in situ or papilloma infection or invasive malignancy. Doubtful, inclusive smear, repeat smear. The classification grading are for the 1 normal cells, 2 slightly abnormal or inflammatory changes, 3 cells suspicious of malignancy, biopsy indicated, few distinctly abnormal, possibly malignant cells seen numerous. The reporting system of the papillomavirus based on the World Health Organization and Bethesda system. Limitation of pap smear. Direct only 60 to 70% of cervical cancer and 70% of endometrial cancer. Reliability depends on slide preparation and skill of the cytologist. 10 to 15% false negative result. False positive results present in case of infections. Difficulty if squamo-columnar junction indraws as in postmenopausal women. Means post-radiation cytology difficult, scarring and atrophy of the vagina. Liquid-based cytology is cancer screening. Cytohormonal evaluation, exfoliative cytology, non-invasive study of epithelium for hormonal status. The main principle is vaginal epithelium highly sensitive to estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is a superficial maturation and progesterone is intermediate cell maturation. The procedure is scraping, taking from lateral wall of upper third of the vagina. Inference. Normal smear is parabasal, intermediate and superficial cells. Estrogen predominant smear, large eosinophilic cells with cytotic nuclei with clear background. Progesterone predominant smear, predominantly basophilic cells with vesicular nuclei and dirty background. Pregnancy intermediate and navicular cells. Postmenopausal smear is parabasal and basal cells. Karyopnetic index divided by maturation index. Then uterine aspiration cytology, screening test for endometrial cancer, endometrial sampling, sample obtained by endometrial papillae or uterine aspiration syringe or brush. 90% of accuracy with no false positive result. Hormonal studies also done. Finally, to diagnose the case. An endometrial biopsy. Cervical biopsy is a confirmatory diagnosis of cervical pathology done in outpatient department if pathology detectable. Wider tissue excision as in corn biopsy as an inpatient procedure. Laboratory tests, depending on the clinical presentation, other laboratory tests may indicate in case of inflammatory parameters in adenitis, mastitis, or endometritis suspected. Pregnancy test, hormone levels for workup for infertility, renal function test and urine analysis if urinary symptoms are present. Serum transaminase and alkaline phosphatase are present if the liver-borne metastasis are suspected. Tumor markers like CA15, in case of breast carcinoma, CA125 in ovarian or endometrial carcinoma, squamous cell carcinomas and cervical, vulval and vaginal carcinoma, AFP in case of germ cell tumors and HCG in case of choriocarcinoma of germ cell tumors. Always perform a pregnancy test if the woman of childbearing age presents with lower abdominal pain. Transvaginal ultrasound, ovaries performed to diagnose ovarian cyst tumors and follicular maturation. Uterus myometrium to diagnose leiomyosis. Endometrium echogenic layer in the long axis view of the uterus, referred as the endometrial stripe. Endometrial thickness varies in the menstrual cycle. Postmenopausal women with endometrial thickness greater than 8 mm should undergo follow-up of ultrasound after 1 to 3 months. Postmenopausal women with endometrial thickness greater than 10 mm should undergo hysteroscopy and endometrial curettage to rule out endometrial carcinoma. Transabdominal ultrasound. Transabdominal ultrasound is the easiest method of assessing uterus, ovaries, and adnexal structures. Assessment of urogenital tract, assessment of fetal development, pelvic organs. Breast ultrasound can be used to assess breast lesions detectable by palpation, mammography, and by breast MRI scans. Ultrasound also used to assess the axilla for lymph node involvement if there is any suspicion of breast cancer. Chaldosynthesis, transvaginal aspiration of peritoneal fluid from the pouch of Douglas. Diagnostic procedure for pelvic abscess, ectopic pregnancy in hematocele, detect malignancy in ascites with ovarian cyst. Hormonal assay. RIA, ELISA, hormone assay, FSH, LH, PRL, ACTH, T3, T4, TSH, progesterone, estradiol, testosterone, aldosterone, cortisol, HCG, dehydropianositol, and estradiol. Uses are diagnostic in case of menopause and PCOD, prolactinemia, monitoring treatment regime, ovulation induction, and AST. Imaging studies, X-rays, ultrasonography we already discussed, transvaginal sonography, and diagnostic USG gynecology mainly for infertility workup, folliculometry, measurement of endometrial thickness, evidence of ovulation that is internal echoes and free fluid in pouch of Douglas, timing of ovulation, ectopic pregnancy is a tubal ring in adnexal with empty uterine cavity, evaluation of pelvic mass. Oncology to assess vascularity of tumor and confirm malignancy, endometrial study in dysfunctional uterine bleeding, diagnose uterine pathology like fibroids, adenomyosis, location of the misplacement of intrauterine device, for falloposcopy to study the medial end of the tube, diagnose endometriosis to study ovarian pathology in PCOD and ovarian cyst tumor, congenital anomalies of uterus, diagnose adnexal mass. Computerized tomography in case supplement information of USG, wall, abdomen, and pelvis visualize one sitting after taking 600 to 800 ml of dilute contrast medium 1 hour prior to the procedure. Patient scan in supine position. Accurate assessing of local tumor invasion is enabled. Accurate localization of biopsy. Diagnose pelvic vein thrombophlebitis, intra-abdominal abscess or other extragenital abnormalities. Metastatic implants and lymph nodes less than 1 centimeter is not detected, contraindicated in case of pregnancy. Malignant resonance image or MRI, well-established cross-sectional imaging modality, high soft tissue contrast resolution without air or bone interference. Limitations include cost, time, and availability. Indicated only when a sonar or the CT scan fail to detect lesions or to differentiate post-treatment fibrosis or tumor. Positron emission tomography to differentiate normal tissue from carcinous one based uptake of 18F-fluoro-2-deoxyglucose. Investigations for infertility. Tests for patency, tubal patency include hysterosalpingiography, laparoscopic commutation, sonosalpingiography, histophalloscopy, ambulatory and fibrinal salpingiography. Tests for ovulation include basal body temperature, examination of cervical mucus, Fern test, ultrasound, hormonal assays, estrogen and progesterone. Infertility in males include semen analysis, postcoital test, sperm penetration test, semen cervical mucus contact test, urine examination, presentation of vasogram, that is testicular biopsy, hormonal assays mainly FSH, LH, testosterone and prolactin, chromosomal study, immunological tests like ELISA and RIA, ultrasound imaging. Preoperative investigations in gynecology mainly include complete blood count, urinalysis, FBS, PPBS, BT, bleeding time, clotting time, blood group, RH factor, RFT, LFT, serology like VDRL, serum electrolytes like sodium, potassium, chlorine, bicarbonate, chest radiograph, and ECG. Tumor markers include CA-125 in case of adenocarcinoma of ovary, CA alpha fetoprotein and beta HCG in case of ovarian teratomas. Bacterial examination of the genital tract including smear and microscopy, culture and PCR. Thank you for listening.